smells so good. I love the smell of pickle juice. So I'm excited to jump right in. I can't really tap on a pickle, that wouldn't really make a noise. Chef's kiss. Okay, so to get into the topic of the video, I was thinking of something I wanted to talk about that is something that is like having to do with politics, but not so political, because I'm just currently really annoyed. Well, I'm always consistently really annoyed with the U.S. government. But I'm annoyed to the extent right now that I don't feel like talking about politics, like any specific politicians, because they're all annoying me. Especially Joe Biden. So I just wanted to talk about like a tangentially political topic that's more just philosophical. And that is that rich people should not exist. Rich people should not exist. Rich people should literally not exist. Okay, so basically, what I believe is that rich people should not exist, and that's because it's impossible to work so hard. It's impossible to work literally so hard that you deserve to become rich. I'll explain that with examples. So, a CEO of a company might make millions of dollars a year working lots of hours, and one might argue that because this person works so hard, this person's such a hard worker, they're a CEO, they work lots of hours, they are really intelligent, and they do lots of things, they deserve to make millions of dollars a year. But I would argue that a CEO works no harder than the janitorial staff that the CEO hires to keep the office building neat and sanitary. So why is it fair that the CEO is making millions and millions of dollars each year while the janitorial staff is making an hourly wage of less than $15 an hour? And that number, $15 an hour, is no accident. It's not coincidental that I'm using the number $15 an hour. I'm using that number because that's the number that politicians like Bernie Sanders, more progressive politicians, are trying to increase the minimum wage to, the federal minimum wage. I'm actually unsure what it currently is. I know that when I was in high school, the federal minimum wage was like $7.25 an hour, which is nothing. I'm gonna have another pickle. But basically, why is it that certain people can make millions of dollars or billions of dollars a year while some people are making $15 an hour? And there's no way you're going to be able to convince me that the CEO works thousands of times harder than a janitorial staff member at a company who's like cleaning bathrooms, cleaning kitchens, picking up after messy people. You cannot convince me that a CEO works harder than someone who's cleaning a bathroom. You also won't be able to convince me that a CEO is any more intelligent or any more skilled than someone who is cleaning a bathroom either, because it's like, I don't know, you're not going to be able to convince me of that either, because it takes lots of skills to do different things, and you can't argue that the skills of a CEO are more important to society than the skills of someone who cleans kitchens and office buildings. Like, those skills are just as important and should be just as valued as the skills that a CEO brings to the table. Like, what does a CEO do? Like, make phone calls and push buttons. Therefore, I really believe that my honest belief is pretty radical, which is that no one should get paid more than anyone else. But I realize that's probably never going to happen in America, and the very least that I can, I guess, hope for is a $15 minimum wage. I mean, it should be much higher, but at least that is something that has a potential of getting passed soon in the government. But there are people in both parties, the Democrats and the Republicans, are making sure that that type of legislation does not get passed, and therefore only perpetuating the idea that some people deserve to be making exorbitant, I don't know the word. Can someone comment down below the word that I'm trying to think of? Someone can make a lot more money than another person, so much more than another person, that it really makes no sense. Okay, this is my last pickle. You know, I'm dripping onto my bed a little bit. It's just like, how do we live in a world where some people can afford to have multiple houses and boats, and they can have fancy designer bags, and they can have fancy apartments and drive fancy cars and Teslas and stuff like that, while some people can't even afford one house, or can't afford their health care or education or legal fees or whatever else? To me, it's just like makes no sense. Rich people should literally not exist. If you're watching this and you're rich, you should donate all of your money. Because you don't deserve it more than anyone else. And I realize, like, I'm someone who's middle class, and I work a corporate job, a white collar job, where I get paid more money than I honestly deserve. And I'm like, I don't work any harder than someone who is driving a bus, or someone who is working at a bodega. Those people work every bit as hard as I do, if not harder, and they get paid less than me. So if you're someone like me watching this who is middle class, you should be also paying reparations and donating your money, because you don't deserve that money. It's not your money. I mean, technically by society standards it is your money, but by my standards it's not your money, so you should be donating it, especially if you don't have any sort of like debt from student loans or housing debt or like medical debt. You know, pay it up. agree with you. You deserve to make more money. Realistically, probably everyone watching this video deserves to be making more money. I know maybe I have some rich followers, subscribers. Good. And I love you too. You know, I love everyone, but if you are rich, then it's your obligation to give away a lot of your money. At least, that's my opinion. My mouth is getting really salty from all these pickles, but I can't stop eating them. Okay, last bite. And that's enough salt for like a week. I like the snapping better. Okay, so, and now you know my opinion on whether rich people should exist. The answer is no. This is always a belief that I've held. Even since I was a kid. Like I mentioned in my student debt video, my dad is, growing up, was in and out of work. And we always had a house to live in and food to eat, but things were really tight sometimes in terms of money. And I remember thinking, like, my dad is such a hard worker, my mom is such a hard worker, me and my sister are such hard workers. Why is it that we can't afford simple things, or the things that we want, you know, if we are all working so hard? And the American dream is that if you work hard, then you get to make it and have lots of money. Then why don't we have lots of money? And I think like that kind of planted the seed. Obviously, you see around you all the time people who have less than you, and so did I. If you're from a middle class background, you see around you people who have less than you, and I always, even as a kid, thought like this is messed up. Like these people don't deserve less than I have. But I really didn't put too many words to this thought process until the 2016 presidential election. Or no, yeah, it was. I think, or maybe it was a 2020. But Bernie Sanders said something on stage about how billionaires should not exist. And he explained that it's impossible to work so much harder than another person to the point where you deserve to be making billions of dollars. And it really struck a chord in me. I was like, he's so right. Bernie Sanders is so right. No one really deserves to be a billionaire. You can't work enough. It's literally impossible to work so much, or so many hours, or work so strenuously to deserve billions of dollars. It's impossible to have enough skills to the point where you're making billions of dollars. If you're a billionaire, of course, some people who are billionaires are really intelligent and hardworking, but oftentimes it's your circumstances, it's the color of your skin, it's how you were born. Were you born rich? It's your gender. Are you a man? It's your sexuality. Are you straight? It's your able-bodiedness. Are you able-bodied? It's your immigration status. Do you have papers or do you not? It's these things that all contribute to your wealth too, and therefore I'm just like, rich people should not exist, right?